Welcome to Microsoft Word. When you first open Word, you are given template options for the document you are going to create. Typically, you will be using the blank template, and that will be the template we use today. Once you open the blank template, you will see a blank page with a bar at the top, which is called the ribbon. At the top of the ribbon, there are 9 different tabs. Each of the tabs is divided into multiple categories for ease of navigation. Also, when there are boxes with an arrow in the sections of the ribbon, you can find even more options related to that section by clicking on the arrow. The tabs you will likely use the most often in Word are the File, Home, Insert, and Page Layout tabs. Also, some features are accessible through multiple paths. Therefore, you can find actions under multiple tabs. Under the File tab, you will see a drop-down menu with a new window that provides options for working with Word and documents. In this section, you can open documents, save documents, print documents, and share documents. You can also see all your previously saved recent documents. The Home tab is the default tab and is the tab that will be highlighted when you first open Word. It contains most of the formatting options you will need for the text you place in your document. When you are clicked on the Home tab, you will find the options related to the Home tab split into categories on the ribbon. The most common sections under the Home tab are likely the font and paragraph sections. In the font section, you can change things such as font type, font size, and emphasis. In the paragraph section, you can change such things as text alignment and bullets and numbering. The Insert tab allows you to add a variety of things to your document so as to improve its formatting and appearance. Under this tab, you can insert pages, tables, illustrations, such as pictures and charts, and headers and footers. The Page Layout tab includes page setup options. This is where you can change the entire formatting of the document, including page and margin size, page layout and orientation, and number of columns. You can also change the paragraph settings under the Page Layout tab, just like you can under the Home tab. Another way to access a number of settings is by using the right-click as a shortcut. When you right-click on the page, you get a number of options, including font settings, paragraph settings, and clipboard options, such as cut and paste. Now, before starting to work on your document, you want to set all the formatting options to the way you want your document to appear. First, we are going to change all the margins to 1 inch by clicking on the margins under the Page Layout tab and then selecting Normal. Second, we are going to change the paragraph settings so that the lines are double spaced and there is no extra spacing between paragraphs. You can either do this under the Home tab or the Page Layout tab. Finally, before starting, we are going to change the font to Arial size 12 under the Home tab. Now, we are going to insert information into our document, we will start with inserting text. Wherever the cursor is placed is where the text will appear. You can tell where the cursor is by a flashing black vertical line. We will start by inserting some text for a situation. Here I'm going to insert the text about sports. Sports are an important part of society. They bring people together in watching or playing a variety of sports. People even set aside time for participating in and talking about sporting events. Now that we have our text inserted in the document, we are going to insert a related picture. Now, we want to insert the picture below the text, so we will hit the Enter key one time. To insert the picture, we need to go up to our ribbon, click on Insert, and then we have two options. We can either import a picture that we already have saved to our computer, or we can insert clip art by going to Online Pictures. I will go and click on Online Pictures, and we can search the Office clip art for sports. Once we see a picture that we like, we just click on that picture and click Insert. Now that we have our picture in there, we can resize it by clicking on the handles at the corners. Now we want to click on the corners so that it resizes the length and width. Now you can make it larger, smaller, whichever you like. In this case, we will make it a little smaller so that we can fit some more information on the page. Next, if you click off of the picture, you will see the cursor at the end of the picture on the right. So we want to hit the Enter key once so we can go to the next line, and we are going to insert a table about sports with some fictional data. So if we want to insert the table, we are going to go back to the Insert tab, click on the table, and when we click on table, we have a bunch of cells show up, and if you scroll over those cells, you will see at the top the size of the table that you are inputting. Now, you can always change the size of the table after you insert it, but it is good to have an idea of how many cells you want, both in the X direction and Y direction. So right now I am going to go with a 3x5 table. In the first column, I am going to put the different types of sports. So we will put football, basketball, and when we want to scroll between cells, we use the arrow keys. So I am just pressing the down arrow key to go to the next cell. And the next sport we'll do soccer and baseball. And then we are going to go up, and we're going to say that we're going to break it down into males and females. And then in the corresponding cells, we are going to put some fictional numbers of how many males and females play each sport. We will keep the numbers nice and small to make things a little easier. So we have 345 males playing football. We'll say 20 females playing football, 200 males playing basketball, 180 females playing basketball, 86 males playing soccer, and 105 females playing soccer. And then we'll say 83 males playing baseball and 42 females playing baseball. Now, once we are done with our table, we are clicked off of the side of the table, and if we press the down arrow, that will take us off of the table completely, and then we can press enter to give us some space between the table and our next thing, which is we are going to create a chart of that data. Now, to create a chart, we go to the Insert tab on the ribbon, and we select Chart. Now, we can create any type of chart that Word has for options on the left side of the window, but in this case, we are creating a chart for categories, so we want to use the proper chart. We can either use a column chart for this one, or we can use a pie graph. So we are going to choose a column chart in this case. So we will click on column and then click on OK. Now, for the chart, we need to fill in all the information. So once again, we're going to fill in the information that we had in the previous table. So we had football, basketball, soccer, and baseball. Then we also had, for across, we had male and female, and we don't have a third thing, so we can just delete that. And then we can delete the numbers in that last column, so we get rid of the whole data for that column. And then we input the numbers that we have for each one. So now if we go back and look at our numbers, we can input the numbers. And when we are all done inputting the numbers, we can simply click on the X and close the data. And now you can see a visual display of the table that we created a minute ago. Now that I have shown you how to create and input text, insert pictures, and tables, and charts, we are going to put the finishing touches on our Word document. So now we are going to insert a header and footer. So for the header, I just need to go to Insert, click on Header, and then I can choose the header that I like best. So depending on what information I want to put in my header and how much information, I will choose the related one. So in this one, I'll just choose the first header, and it tells me to type here, so I will just put my name. You can put anything you wish, but in this case, I will just put my name. And then I will also add a footer by going to Insert, clicking on Footer, and again, I'll just click on the first one. And I am going to put the page number. So here, I'm going to go to Insert, once again, and my page number, and I'm going to put it at the bottom of the page, and you can put it wherever you want. And now I have my page number there. Now that we have done all this work, we want to make sure everything looks okay and then save our document. So the next thing we're going to do is spell check. Make sure when I was typing the text that I did not spell anything incorrectly. So that is under the Review tab, and I can just click Spelling and Grammar. And it says I'm good to go. So now we can go ahead and save the document. You can either go back to the File tab and click on Save, or you can click on the blue disk at the top. So in this case, I will save from the File tab, and then it gives me options of where I can save it. I'm just going to save it to my computer desktop, and you can save it anywhere you wish. I can name it anything I wish, so I will name it Word Intro and click on Save. And now our document is saved. And now our document is saved. And now you know it's saved because you see the name of the document at the top of the program. Finally, you can print the document by going to Print, and assuming you have your printer chosen, you can just click on the print. And when you are all done, you can go ahead and click on Close, and that will take you back to the document, and you are done. And that is the introduction to Microsoft Word. Thank you.